Hey folks, Wes here with you with something a little bit different this evening. I wanted to share with you a little bit of another one of my passions. I began collecting vinyl records around the early 90s. I just started, had a job, I was still in high school, had money to spend, and people were getting rid of vinyl records in droves, so I could buy stacks of 10 or 20 for $1 at the thrift stores local to me, and I bought a lot, and I wish I would have bought more because they're a lot more difficult to find now as collectors are scarfing them up and squirreling them away, and a bunch of them went into the landfill, I'm sure, and so it's a lot different of a scene now than it was in the early 90s, but it's still fun. It's still something I enjoy doing. I recently was at a thrift store and found a new turntable. It's a really good Technics SL1300 Mark I turntable with a nice Stanton 681 Triple E cartridge, and it's a really nice deck. I'm really happy I found it, and so it's got me reinvigorated back into listening to vinyl. And I've actually been going out to some thrift stores again and looking for vinyl again, and even the thrift stores have raised their prices. They're like 2 for $1 or $1 each these days, when I was buying 10 or 20 for $1 back in the day, but whatever. I keep searching, and it's still a fairly cheap hobby. I wanted to share with you some recent finds I've found over the past couple weeks. So, first one we have here is Rick Wakeman, Journey to the Center of the Earth. This is his third solo album from 1974. He was the keyboardist from the band Yes. This is his first album with vocals. It's loosely based on Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth. So I haven't actually given this one a listen to yet. It is in good shape. I'm looking forward to hearing it. But I'm just been doing other things lately and listening to some of this other stuff that's in the stack that I'll get to, but looking forward to hearing this. One of the cool things about this one is it came with a nice full color booklet with all kind of large size photographs and artwork, and that's just one of the things I really like about vinyl records is the large size artwork, and it's really fun to experience this. That I'm kind of, the digital downloading thing is nice nowadays. You can get any music you want 24 hours a day, but you just don't get the artwork and the things like that. It's a fun part of collecting music that I'm definitely gonna miss as time goes forward. Second one here I got is Tanya Tucker's fourth album from 1975. This is her self-titled album. This has reached number 8 on the charts. The hits on this album were Lizzie and the Rain Man and San Antonio Stroll. And Lizzie and the Rain Man actually crossed over to the pop charts. And this is when Tanya Tucker was 16 years old when she recorded this album. She started recording when she was 13. And this is another one I haven't heard yet, but I'm looking forward to hearing it. I do like some country music, and I think she looks pretty hot on the album cover too. Alright, the next one we have here is the soundtrack to Coal Miner's Daughter. This is the story of Loretta Lynn, who was played by Sissy Spacek, and her husband was played by Tommy Lee Jones. Sissy Spacek did win an Academy Award for this movie, and she sings a couple of the songs on here, including Coal Miner's Daughter, so it's going to be kind of interesting to hear. I haven't seen the movie, and I haven't listened to this yet, but it's I thought it was a unique find, and looking forward to hearing that. Next thing we have here is the Moody Blues. This is Long Distance Voyager. This is from 1981, and this did reach number 1 on the U.S. pop charts. The hit songs off this were The Voice and Gemini Dream. I have been listening to this. It's not really my favorite Moody Blues stuff. I know when you've recorded an album like Days of Future Past, it's kind of hard to repeat on that. There's a few good tracks on here, and I'm gonna listen to it some more. One of the interesting things about this album, the cover is very, I guess, 19th century looking, but there is a Voyager spacecraft in the sky there. You can see, and around the time this album was released, the Voyager spacecraft were in the news, so it's kind of a little Easter egg there that's on the album cover. It's pretty neat. Alright, the next one we have is ELO, Out of the Blue. This is the 7th album. It was written by Jeff Lynne in 3 weeks in the Swiss Alps, and then it took 4 months to record it. This was the ELO's biggest commercial success, and I have listened to this one also. This is really the first time I've really tried to listen to ELO, and I'm not such a fan of this particular album. Might try to listen to some of their other stuff, but this one just isn't that interesting to me. This one does come with a nice fold-out poster of the band, and there's supposed to be a spaceship cutout that was in here, but this is missing from this album. But it's an interesting band, and they do try to do some experimental type songs and sides, so I'll give it more of a chance, but so far I'm not that into it. This next one here is Asia. This is their self-titled debut album. This is their biggest success. This was 1982. This was number one selling album of 1982. The hit song on here was "Heat of the Moment," and this is the first time I've actually heard this album. Is when I got this a week or so ago, and I am actually very impressed with this album. It's there's not a bad song on here. I think there's 9 tracks here, and they're all very, very good. I think a lot of good rock and roll here. And so yeah, and I would really love to be able to play some of these songs on guitar here with some of these songs I think would fit really, really well into a game like that. But definitely check this one out if you can. It's a good album. And this last album I want to share with you is the Alan Parsons Project, iRobot. This is their 2nd album. It was released in June of 1977. It's based on the Isaac Asimov story, iRobot, and this reached number 9 on the charts. And I'm really impressed by this. This is really my first time sitting down to actually listen to the Alan Parsons Project, and I love this album. This is a great album. I really love groups that do concept albums or theme albums, stuff like that, like Pink Floyd or the Moody Blues and stuff. And this is along the same lines, and it's just really great to sit down and appreciate something like this that actually comes together and is not just a bunch of singles. It's one long album. And I'm really happy with this. In fact, I went on eBay tonight and ordered 2 more Alan Parsons albums, so looking forward to getting those in and listening to some more. And that's one of the great things about vinyl, is it's cheap and you can discover stuff you hadn't heard in the past. And so this is my final one I want to share with you. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.